Hi, I'm Captain Grant Coppin with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
North end of the bay, we've been up here catching good fish with that north wind. I usually come up here on a north wind. We've had some calm winds, we've had some north winds, little bit of southeast wind, but this water looks really good up here. Just working down the shoreline with topwaters early in the morning and throwing some lures, throwing those down south lures. Croaker, if you can find them, they're a little hard to catch, but when you do find them, they've been working well along this shoreline. 2 to 3 foot of water early in the morning. Come down here and catch plenty of fish. Back here in the back, look for these back sloughs to really start filling up with fish as those tides rise and the storms come in. We get a little bit of rain. Gonna have some really good redfish opportunities back here with the sight fishing along with the black drum. One of my baits of choice as far as the artificials go, I throw a 5-inch power bait. It's a sluggo, and man, it hits the water real nice and easy, and it doesn't really spook the fish. It'll rig it weedless, and as a bass fisherman, that's one of the go-to baits when I'm sight fishing or working some heavy structure, and I don't want it to get hung up in the grass. So working these back lakes is going to be real good in the coming days, especially if you've got a kayak or a real skinny boat that can access these little back lakes. Come in here and have a ton of fun. Also, the bridge has been producing more than I even thought it would this time of year, because a lot of times it gets hammered by a lot of people fishing it, which, they hammer it because there's a lot of fish here. But come in here, work the bridge both on the inside and the outside. One of the good things is you've got some good deep water here that stays cooler for most of the day. And because it's cooler, some of those bigger trout are hanging out in here. Throwing croaker on the edge, throwing the live shrimp free lined or under a popping cork with the long leader, all up in here, just kind of letting it drift around the old structure, catching some gigantic sheephead. I'm talking 5-6 pound sheephead. So if you're in the star tournament and you want to get a chance at a big sheephead, come over here, try to get you one before the time closes. All right, I mentioned this last week on my report. This area right here behind the school has been really good. I've been fishing it this week a little bit. When I'm staying close, this is a quick run from Clem. So just come over here, make some short drifts, 2, 3, 400 yard drifts across this area. It's all 2.5 foot of water. And as that tide rises, they're going to come up here a little bit closer to the shoreline. Look for that pattern to continue. I really like coming back in this back hole right here, just by the gas station and all along this shoreline. And you'll be able to access these areas as that tide rises. And drifting back here with live shrimp is really well. Also, there's a couple little oyster reefs right in here. You'll see them. Be real careful running in here. There's a white PVC pole sticking up about right there. So when you come in here, try to avoid this little oyster reef, but also fish it because there's some good fish on it. Over here in Shamrock Cove, come in the main cut all the way to the back. Come back here. You're going to find some good fish around these little mangroves and back little canals. This water will come all the way back to here. There's some good spots. I like to fish this hole right here with croaker. This is a good go-to spot early in the morning with the croaker. But for the rest of it, I like to do some sight fishing. I like to put that trolling motor down and really go along the mangroves, looking at tails, throwing topwaters, seeing that redfish come out of the water after your topwater. I can't tell you enough. That is one of the most exciting fishing experiences you will do back here in Shamrock. All the kayak guys know that you can come back here and work these islands, catch plenty of good redfish. And also, if you're a bait fisherman, throwing cut skipjack along the sand will be a producer. And look for these areas to fill up with fish full when those storms come up. And live shrimp, I've been taking some live shrimp back here, doing well. Just kind of right on the edge of the channels, on the edge of the mangroves and the islands.
I'm Captain Grant Coppin. Thanks for watching.